This is Cosima, which is a 2-row headband. So I'll just pass this this is my daughter Chelsea. She's helping out. So, this is really good. We've got this in silver and we've got it in gold. I'm not sure if you ever do gold, but the silver is what sells the most. So that's Cosima, 2-row. Not on the website. We've also got the Cosima single row. I'm not sure what we're going to call it yet, but the single row is good. And again, we've got this in gold and rose gold. If ever you wanted, just maybe try a gold. But the silver's the main one. And that's the way it all seems to be going, is towards this crystal look. All right, we'll move on from there. Our other bestseller is the Edwina. This is a dual purpose. It's either a low tiara or a headband. So Chelsea's wearing it now as sort of like a semi tiara. You see how she's got it fairly tilted down. If you tilt it down, Chelsea, make it a pure headband. You see how it sits pretty well flat against the head. At the moment, this is bestseller because people are very keen on sort of headband sort of look. But you can just tip it up and get a bit of a slight height out of it. So that's silver and clear. We've also got, just to show you, gold and clear, just in passing. And also we've got the silver with just a little bit of pearl through it. We're finding as long as the pearl isn't too heavy, it's very acceptable, because a lot of people have still got pearl on the gowns. So this is Edwina single. Moving from this, we've got what we call the Edwina double, because it's basically made of the same parts. I'll just try and show you close up. It's a real mass of crystals and parts. I'll give it to you now, Chelsea. So this is made to be a crown or a tiara. But you see how, if you just look from the side, Chelsea, just turn your head to the side, you see how by moving it down, it gets quite low. So we're finding this works. People don't want them too upstanding. If they can get them slightly down, then that's really good. So this is called Edwina double, and we've got it in silver clear and the silver with just a touch of pearl. I don't know if you can see. It's just a touch of pearl running through that, not very much at all. Thank you, that to you, Chelsea. So again, that's Edwina double with a little bit of pearl. Right, well, that's the end of that section, and we shall move on from here. So this is called Maria. It's a very open, it is like a tiara, but they tend to wear it at an angle to the head. They don't wear it very upstanding, they wear it much more down. But I'll give it a Chelsea now. Yeah, that's how they seem to wear it. They seem to wear it fairly low down. They have a little bit of hair behind it. And because it's also open, you can see the hair through it. So we have this in a version with a little bit of pearl through it. And if you can see, there's just a sprinkling of pearl going through there. So that's the Maria pearl. And again, it's very open and light. And we can also do it in gold, just in case you get any gold coming in. Moving on from there. This is a very nice design. All crystals and silver. We call this one Francesca, and it's kind of like upswept. I'll give that to you, Chelsea. Yeah, it's just magnificent. For all these ball gowns and these bigger sort of dresses at the moment, it's superb for those. We've got it, that's the all crystal version. We have a version with just a little bit of pearl through it. Again, if you can see, just a little bit of pearl running through it. This would be in case there's a slight pearl detail on the dress, it picks up on that. I'll give it to you, Charles. So that's a Francesca pearl. Really nice. And we're finding that gold is coming in a little bit, and we have to do it. It's not huge, but it's definitely a trend that we're seeing. So that's gold with clear crystals in the Francesca. I'll just pass that to you. So it's very nice indeed. Then moving on from there, this is a proper headband. It's a little bit of crystal running all the way through it, little leaf designs. I'll give that to Charles. So you can see it's a proper headband. It's got a slight dome to it, which is what they want for this kind of thing. So we're finding at the moment headbands are really in, and this is one of our good ones. Down the track, we could possibly do it in all clear crystals, but we'll just have to wait and see how it develops. So that's called Elizabeth. Okay, moving on from there. At the moment, 2-row headbands are very popular. This is called Genevieve. All clear crystals. I'll just pass that to you. You'll see how the rear row stands up just a little bit, and that's the look. The rear row is supposed to stand up a little bit compared to the front row. So we've got that in another version, which is with a little bit of pearl running through it. And this we've got in gold. We've also got it in rose gold. I'll just pass to Charles. Okay, so we'll move on from there. Here, continuing on, this is a real showstopper of a pure headband. You can see it's a mass of crystals and small parts, absolutely dense. I'll give that to Charles to try. So it's a wide headband, and it sits in a sort of like a dome shape. This is what they're like, is this sort of slight rise. So as you can see, it's just a mass of little navette-shaped crystals, crystal beads. So a beautiful piece. So Kira, this is Kira. And we also have this in what's called white opal. So I'll just try and give you a close-up on that. You can see it. It's looking more blue than it really is. It really doesn't look blue in this light. In daylight, you can hardly tell, but this gives a slight sort of rainbow effect. I'll give that to Charles. So it's a softer kind of look. It's sort of the white opal just softens down the whole thing. All these white opals are Swarovski, by the way. So, and you can see it gives a slight rainbow effect, very minimal. So that's Kira. Moving on, this is a less dense version called Jennifer. So it's a little bit more sparse. You can see the head through it. Again, all silver and clear crystals. I'll give that to Charles. There, again, you can see a nice wide headband. These end parts you can move around. You can actually make the center one straight and all the other ones come the different way. So you can adjust the whole thing. But again, that theme of having a wide headband is very in, we're finding. So that's Jennifer, silver with a clear. We could put a little bit of pearl through it if needed. I've also got this Jennifer in the gold, if you wanted the odd gold one. Okay, moving on. This is a beautiful, beautiful. It's sort of slightly peaked, this sort of peaked effect here. All clear crystals and silver. This is called Winona. So you can wear it upstanding as like in a pronounced way, like a tiara, Or again, you can flip it a little bit behind the ears and it'll sit down to some extent, like that, which is how they seem to prefer it at the moment. They seem to like it sort of down and the hair a little bit behind the parts. So that's Winona, clear and bright silver. Moving on now to smaller headbands. This has got a beautiful detail all the way through. I forget the name. It's called 1082, WH1082. It's on the website. It's silver and all clear crystals. I give that to Chelsea. This is what a lot of people are going for. Smaller, narrower sort of headbands in silver with clear. Again, we can run a little bit of pearl through that, which we sometimes do. I've got this in gold and rose gold too, in case it comes in for you. Move on again. This is another one. This is a narrow headband, just the odd flower. Nice Swarovski stones, different shapes. I'll give that to Chelsea. This is called Greta. And we've got that in gold as well as rose gold. But it's unusual and narrow. So that's well worth consideration. Okay, we'll move on from there. On again, this is one that we hand make. This is called Everly. It's very low and it's a little bit of an angle, as you can see. It's sort of like halfway between a headband and a very, very low crown. Yeah, so Everly, I'll pass that over to Chelsea. You can see how it sits. It just got the slight angle on it, so you can just really see it. Now this has been a hit straight away. So that's Everly. Then moving on to, again, we are finding requests for simple headbands. Now this is called Hazel. It's just simple Navette stones in settings on a band. So it sits down very nicely. I've got other colours in this too, but mostly silver that sells. We've got the double. This is the Hazel double, or little Navettes. I'll pass that to Chelsea. And again, you can see how the rear one sits slightly up, that's the look. This one sits down, that one sits slightly up. So that's Hazel double. Okay, now moving on from that, got another one of our pieces here. This is charming. This is a very nice little sort of a motif, a section that runs all the way around. I'll pass that to you. This is called Cora. That's the one-row Cora. It's got a matching earring and a matching necklace, bracelet, sorry. And we've also got that in a two-row, and that's the row there. This row sits slightly higher, so that's the Cora double. So that's rather nice. Doesn't need to have pearls. This one we could do with all crystals. So if you wanted Cora all crystal, just let me know. It'd be the same, quite easy for us to do. Okay. All right, moving on. Moving on again. This is Heather. As you can see, mostly pearls with a few nice little Swarovski stones peeking through the odd leaf. So I'll give that to Chelsea. Yeah, so Heather's been a very nice piece. It's done very well. We can't really change it very much. If we try to do it in crystals, I'm not sure whether we get the same look, because sometimes it fundamentally changes a piece, but we will be working on a range of these clear ones soon. So that's a Heather single. And this is the Heather double, so it's double the width. And again, we've found that these wider headbands have been all the go. See the nice little row of pearls going through here, nice shade of pearl, and the stones just give it a bit of interest, shining through. The one you mentioned was Stella. This is a Stella one. This is really nice, very nicely detailed. I'll give that to Chelsea. So that is a Stella single. Thinking about what we could do with this, we could actually change the pearls here in every flower to a crystal. So there's already a crystal in that one, we can make that a crystal too. If you wanted to increase the overall sort of crystally look of it, that's one thing we could do, is put a decent sized crystal in each of these flowers. So that's the Stella single. And this is the Stella double, which is beautiful. We've seen this on with Demetrios gowns. Now it's been very good. Again, you see how the rear row stands up? That's the look, that's what it's meant to do. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Back again. Yeah, this is Beatrix, which as you can see is a very nice, a few Swarovski stones peeping through. We could actually take those pearls out and put a Swarovski stone in the center of those flowers if you wanted to give it a little bit more, you know, sparkle. So I'll pass that to Chelsea. Yeah, we're finding anything headbandish like this, narrow, is really popular. So that's Beatrix. We could do a double row, but we've got very similar ones. Moving on to another one. This is a very nice design. This is a new one. This has got a peak. This lifts up nicely here. This is called Simona, silver with all clear. And it's made to sort of have that nice loop effect, like a peak effect. So yeah, that's nice. That's had a good reception. Simona, that is. We've also got a version here with a little bit of pearl going through it. You can see just a little bit of pearl running through it. Again, some gowns kind of like need that, and it softens it down. So I'll give that to you, Chelsea. Yeah, so a lovely shape, very nice shape indeed. Moving on from that, back to smaller sorts of headbands. This is called Louise. Silver, all clear crystals on this one. Okay. And again, this is one of these ones where it can really be a pure headband, or you can tilt it slightly up to make it to a little crown. So if you bring it slightly up, you see how it's got these little sprigs that are on one side, which means you can use it as like a semi-crown. So that's Louise. Moving on to headbands. This is called Maeve. It's got lots of silvery, sort of pearlified leaves, little sprigs of pearls and crystals peeping through. So that's Maeve. So this is a pure headband. This is just a low headband, but there's slight rise, which is what they like. We could put a little bit more crystal through it if needs be, but nice design as it is. So that's Maeve. Yeah, moving forwards, this is a wide headband called Susanna, but I've modified it for you. I've put in, you can see some nice pear-shaped Swarovski crystals. Go all the way around in the graduate, so it's slightly small, that's an X size up. So there's a modified Susanna. You can have the normal Susanna, as you'll see on the website, but this one, I thought I'd just show you what we can do. So this is when you introduce a little bit more crystal into a piece. I thought it was rather nice. There's only just placed in lightly, so you can just get the idea. So if you want to sort of think about things along those lines by adding a little bit more crystal to pieces, it gives them a little bit more sparkle. So that's Susanna. And then another one, I kind of couldn't go past this. We sell a lot of these fairly simple but very nice quality. This is called Sierra, which is just a little crown, but because it's so small and you wear it at an angle, again, it's very minimal. It doesn't stand up very much. It's almost like a semi headband. So that's worth a thought. That's WH732 Sierra.